one year down the road, then after it start dropping to $50, then I tell myself, wow, this is a good chance for me to enter more. Because they say, right?
When you drop, you buy.
Yeah,
buy more.
Buy the dip. Yeah, buy the dip. Yeah. So I bought more.
Hello everyone, I'm Kalista and with me I have Rachel and also Melson, two regular Singaporeans who loves to debate. Yeah, so that day Melson, you told me something along like the lines of like penny earn or penny save. What is that regarding again?
So I was just sharing, right, a penny save is a penny earn. So I was actually looking through the Facebook, then I saw that post, then I was just thinking, it's quite interesting because actually there's a lot of people commenting on it. Then like...
So a lot of people commenting means it's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean that these people like the topic. I mean that it's debatable.
Okay.
Then I was reading through that. There's quite a balanced number of people who agree and some people don't agree. But for myself, right, I think that I don't really agree with it. Because I feel that a penny save is a penny earn. But the thing is, you think about it, you save so much money for what? The purpose is to enjoy lah. Then you keep saving money, then your life is like that flat. Isn't it very boring? Like, we work so hard.
But if you don't save money, then how do you have money to enjoy life?
That's why I feel that in order to improve the quality of life, and also save at the same time, right? Then you should find ways to actually increase your earning power lah. Then you can spend more at the same time. Not example, you want to save $1,000, so by not affecting my quality of life, I should earn more. Then I can have more money to spend in this case.
But I don't agree with Melson because like let's say if you try to earn more money, right? But then at the back end you also don't save money. Let's say a lot of people once their earning power increase, right? Then they start spending a lot of money. Then in the end their bank account is even negative. They owe credit card debt. So you are not improving your quality of life. You are creating like invisible stress for yourself at the back end. Like, hey shit, I have to pay my credit card bills at the end of the month. I don't know whether I have enough money to pay or not. So I think that, we should always be very, that's how Singapore started. Right? Like we really are very frugal, our parents' generation, we save a lot of money, but just that the difference is our parents' generation, they save money, but they don't invest, they don't do something with the money, just keep it in the bank, which is like very bad lah. Yeah.
Actually, talking about frugal, right, just curious, like how's your monthly expenses like? Like what do you all spend most on actually?
For me, actually, I spend a lot on food, mainly transport. And then when I have enough savings, I put it either to investing or, I think of how to actually spend that money. Maybe I'm saving for travel and things like that. But mostly, basic expenses like food.
I thought you were very
frugal.
Yeah, why spend so much on travel? All these
hey, but sometimes, you still can travel. Like I travel to JB a lot. Like I just spend money in JB, because divide by 3.
She travels across the border.
Overseas.
Yeah, across the border.
Overseas, yes.
You also. Yeah, so I don't really spend that much on materialistic things.
Okay, so talking about car, right? So yeah, I was just having this conversation with my partner lah. So like recently we have been talking about this having a car for quite a while. But right now we see you keep going higher. We're just like thinking, should we wait for the COE to go down? I think but it seems like not going down anytime soon lah. But then again, I think having a car really in Singapore, I think a lot of people will say that it's very expensive. But is it worth it? If you ask me, yes lah, because it brings a lot of convenience. Like imagine nowadays the weather, you can imagine how hot it is. Like I am very lazy to even go out. Then like your quality of life affected. But then again, if let's say I have a car right now, right, I can surely say, if I stay Pasir Ris, you want to go to Jurong, I can just take my car, go out 30 minutes. Then I will just go lah. But then again, if I want to take public transport, right, it will take me 1.5 hours. 2 and fro 3 hours.
I think so too, yes.
But like when you buy a car, right, it's actually an immediate depreciation of your money. Because once you drive the car out of the garage, right, your 50,000, your 100,000 immediately like starts going down. So every minute, every second that you have the car, right, it's not doing anything for you.
Wait. So you're trying to say, right? So like your dress right now also diminishing. Then you're not gonna buy a dress.
But the dress diminished like lesser than the car. Yeah, and the car only like Singapore only 10 years. You cannot own it forever.
So are you saying that all your top is all $10, so that in your case you don't feel that it's a diminishing asset just because it doesn't?
No, but it's just the alternative, right? Like let's say you don't drive a car, you have MRT. Our Singapore transport is so good, right? Like compared to a lot of other countries out there. Yes, as MRT, you are doing a good job. So convenient. Like MRT is only $2. So to and fro to office is like $4-5 only. Then you don't spend that much. Like imagine having a car, right? It's like $2,000 every single month. How many Singaporeans can afford that?
or you'll be surprised. Okay, look at the COE just keep going up. Means a lot of people buying cars.
Yeah.
So, but then again, I think you made a good point lah. Like I mean, of course, comparing cost to cost, but then again, you cannot put a cost to time. Imagine taking a train 1.5 hours, two and 3 hours, but I can easily reach that in 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I give it max. But imagine the time save. I can do so much more things and improve my quality of life. I can be have that 1-2 hour extra time. Imagine going to work. I have to spend 2 hours traveling. Wow, by the time I reach, I'm tired already. But imagine I go there fresh and I can increase my productivity.
Like since we're on the topic of expenses, right, and also like what you all think is worth and stuff like that. Actually, do you all have like a fixed amount that you all save like on a monthly basis, or it's like a target, or how you all save your money?
For me, at least I say at least like 50 to 60% of my salary.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's
What
very
about
rich
you?
there.
I also spend.
Quality of life very important. So I think maybe 20%. I think I save 20%.
So what do you do with the 20%?
Yeah, what do you do?
20% is saving. What do I do?
You put in the
Put
bank.
inside the bank.
I put in my piggy bank under my bed. Don't tell my wife.
Aiyo.
So yeah, the 20%. What do I do with it? Put in
Saving to buy a car.
Put in saving. Yeah, buying car is one thing lah. Then I'm saving to buy a car. Then of course
So you're
start
really
investing.
saving to buy a car? Like the 20% is for the car?
Of course, there's more things lah. Like I travel a lot also. I go overseas a lot. Like almost every year I'll go at least 2 trips. So of course, saving all these
Quality
things.
of life is very important.
I also, other than just trying to improve quality of life, I will also try to invest a little lah. Because we say inflation, you talk about all this inflation things like that I think it's important to let the money grow on its own rather than putting a piggy bank. So the piggy bank don't bother trying to find it on my bed.
We'll go Nelson's house and rob him.
So yeah, so I think I do a bit of investment, but yeah lor.
Ooh, talking about investment, actually, like, because I'm still new to all this, right? Like, I'm also still saving money and stuff, right? What kind of investment do you all actually do? Do you do investment also?
Yeah, actually, in fact, the 50% that I always save, usually I use it to either buy stocks or, do a bit of options here and there. And I also put it into like S&P 500 for very safe, all-weather portfolio kind of things.
Really, man? Yeah. But recently, one of my relatives has been investing after like 3-4 years the money actually never grow
For S&P,
Not S&P I think buying stocks because I think they depend a lot on hearsay. So they just buy stocks here. You say buy this one, then they just buy the coffee shop uncle auntie they all discuss kind of thing one So at the end of 1-2 years the money is still stagnant then isn't it better to just put in a bank sometimes? I don't know.
Yeah, I think if you just put your money in the bank, right, it's just sitting there. It will not go. It will grow that 1% every single month, every single year. But actually, with all the inflation and everything, right, it's really the worst decision is to put your money in the bank. But I think in terms of investing, everyone needs to be educated, and also everyone needs to know what are the things that work for them, what are their own risk appetite, what's their own portfolio, what are the companies that they feel safe investing in. Yeah.
So let's say if I want to start investing, what?
I think if let's say we start investing, right, the best is to just put your money in the S&P 500. Every year is guaranteed annualized over 20-30 years. At least 10 to 12% is easily achieved. Yeah. So maybe you can introduce to your relative.
Wow, sir. I remember that time you said something that you invested in a stock and what happened? Was it new or something? How's that journey been like for you?
So this is a stock that I have a lot of emotion about.
Emotions, good or bad emotions?
Well, let's not talk about it too much. Whether it's good or bad, you guys decide, okay? So I think when I first started investing, I got introduced to investing. That's why I don't. To be honest, investing is always scares me a little because back then when I first started investing, right, I bought this new during COVID period. So I bought it at about $10 initially. Then it went up $20. Then I'm like, okay, I need to buy more because when you talk about investing in good stock, right, you do a lot of research, right? So I also did a lot of research. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I specifically had this YouTuber keep telling me about how good new is. Then I also talk to my friend. My friend say, oh, not bad. Then I'm just hearsay lah. Then then I tell myself, oh yes, I did my homework already. I'm very, very convinced that this is a fundamentally strong company because Neil that time they say that wow, they're gonna expand to Norway.
It's the next Tesla.
Next Tesla, yes, they are near the China Tesla, right? Yeah. So it was $20. Then I'm like, wow, damn sure, I earned double already within few months. After $30, I continue buying $40, $50, $60. Then like wow, but all the way up, then I like wow, profit quite a bit, substantial amount lah. But then then after that it started then suddenly one year down the road, then after it started dropping to $50. Then I tell myself, wow, this is a good chance for me to enter more. Because you know they say right.
When you drop, you buy.
Yeah,
Buy
Buy
the
more.
dip.
Buy the dip. Yes, buy the dip.
Yeah.
So I bought more. Then after it dropped to 40. Then I say, never mind, I still got money. Buy some more. 30, 20, and now if you actually look at stock market, now it costs
$6.
no
$4.
350.
$350.
I just
Oh,
checked the
God.
Congratulations, you can buy one
from,
Taipan.
from $60 all the way to 350. Imagine the amount of losses. So yeah, so investing actually like it's quite scary there to me.
Then like okay, now that you say that, right? I think that's the most like common reason why people don't actually start investing. Like for myself, I'll be scared lah. Like example,
Yeah.
I put all my savings, hard-earned savings into like the investing, right? And then if this happens, then like it's a bit scary. So like maybe like do you have any advice or whatever like how to avoid this kind of like situation lah?
Yeah, for sure. I think like back then when you probably researched like maybe you never read deep enough lah, or you never like when you buy the dip, you didn't portfolio size properly. Like back then you were just starting to invest, right?
I'm a one-trick pony. One stop.
One
all
stop.
the way.
Wow, all in. Even worse. Yeah. So if let's say you invested in both Tesla and NIO at the same time, maybe your portfolio will look a bit different. Like you just don't choose one company and put all your money into one company. There's companies that are like ETFs of EV. Like there's really a lot of things that you can do with your money. And in fact, actually EV is a very emerging industry lah. So I wouldn't have put all my money there lah. I mean, I would have just started with S&P 500 as your first stock. And also maybe if you really want to buy, just put like maybe 5 to 10% of your portfolio. Not everything goes into it lah. Yeah.
Then it's like, is there like a range like how many percent of like your savings like should you start like or investing with?
Yeah, I think everyone is different. So personally, like I said, I do 50, 60%. But some people, at least you can consistently put in that same amount to your portfolio, right? Something that you know that you can commit to. I mean, don't just make your life miserable lah. Like don't go your holiday or don't go.
Hey, holiday is very important.
Hey.
Okay? You see, I work so hard.
So
Lifestyle is very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, even though it's important, I mean you should also compound your money lah. So don't cut out all your leisure stuff. If let's say you can commit 20%, you can commit 30%, or even more. Some people do 80%. I wouldn't suggest that.
Oh.
But maybe their salary very high.
Person every day eats Cai Fan, egg curry sauce.
Then cannot even travel to JB.
Walk to JB,
Yeah,
walk to JB.
walk
So
to JB.
so have something that you can commit to lah. Then I think that is easier, and with that consistency, right, it can help you to grow your money much faster and also at a comfortable pace lah.
We work so hard, it's just to enjoy life lah. Why you want to save 50%? Then what's the purpose of working so hard? Then like that, I might as well just go take an easy job, earn and save money like that lor.
Yeah, I think for me, right, like that 50% is not like I really squeeze until like I live very terribly lah. It's really like
Really, man,
something
I see
that
every
is
Cai Fan very
comfortable.
boring leh.
No, but the thing
Hey,
is, I
she got
love
eat
Cai
acai
Fan.
or that one.
Yeah, I got eat.
Expensive
Sometimes
food
there's
there.
cheat days. Yeah, then Calista also tempt me to eat candies and all
Yeah,
that.
she very expensive candies.
Oh
by the
wow,
way.
which one? You want
Yeah.
to promote a bit?
No, I cope from our intern. Then we just take her candy and eat. Yeah, so it's not really like making your life completely miserable. It's just cutting out the unnecessary expenses that you don't necessarily need to spend. I mean, once in a while it's okay lah, but you don't every day go and eat cafe food, don't every day go and take Grab to work or you Grab food home. Then I think you can save all these little monies, right? And also it can help you to compound and also make your retirement life a bit easier.
Sounds like all the unnecessary like
What if-
subscription,
wait,
all that
wait,
is you. I
Hey,
hear
wait.
Melson.
What if you save right? Then tomorrow you die.
Oh.
Then you save so much for what?
That is
Why so
very
morbid?
deep.
Think about it. If you don't enjoy now, I mean, of course, it's good to save your fruit of labor for your future, for your kids lah, your parents lah, etc. But touch wood lah. If you really tomorrow die, then you save for the last 20 years, trying to just scream and save. Then like wow, so this life isn't it very wasted?
But Melson, what if you don't die?
Yeah.
What if you become poor? You spend
Yeah.
everything, then after that you just like wow, you spend until maybe next time you suddenly lose your job. Then what? You suddenly I don't have income already. Then I have no savings also. Then wow,
Yeah.
jialat, you
Then
cannot, you sell your car also nobody want to buy.
Then I have a friend who saved 50% over there. Then I'll borrow money from her.
Sounds like a plan.
Can you ask the
Keep her in
Hermes,
my-
the
I'm
Hermes
a
girl
young
to...
girl.
Keep her in my emergency contact. No money, click, sit down.
Must
This is
put
where-
star over there.
Yeah.
This is where you cut some of the friendships that you don't
Oh
want.
wow, now I know.
We're just colleagues, we're just
Oh,
colleagues.
colleagues lah. I see.
Yeah. So it's really like saving for the rainy days lah. I think our parents like really do a very, very good job. Just that they also painstakingly save too much, right? Until like okay, maybe they pass on to their children, then they don't get to enjoy. But that's like our parents' mindset lah. For us now, you know, they always like girl math and you know try to spend money, right? Yeah, right. So we just try to like it's a world of consumerism lah, and we just keep trying to spend money, you know, all the marketing messages out there asking us to spend more, you know, I think it's like overconsumption already. And that's why, you know, in the year 2025, there's all this like Project 10, all that is to spend less and also to finish up whatever you have lah.
Calista, just now, right? Don't both talk so much about spending habit, investing habit, all these things, right? So, as someone who just started step in the workforce, right? So, what do you think after hearing so much from us? Maybe you can share with us. So, how are you spending your money? Your first paycheck.
Wow, my first paycheck, I cannot really remember how I spend my money. But like, for me, right, like because I'm still like new to the workforce, right. But okay, actually, I've been working for quite a while lah. A lot of part-time jobs and stuff like that. So I've always grown up with the like with the mindset that like saving is very important. So like my parents, like my friends, we all always talk about this, and everybody always say lah like saving is very important. So I actually have the mindset that like we have to save like more than half, like 50% of your paycheck lah. Because otherwise, if during rainy days or whatever, or you get retrenched, which is quite common in Singapore, I hear. Yeah, so like then you'll face an issue lah. So for me personally, I will try to save more than 50%. And then I will try to, for me, I also use like budgeting apps to like write down and then to be so that I can be more, because I feel that I need to be aware where I spend the money on.
Okay.
So like when I'm aware, then that's where I can see where I need to tone down like my spending ma. So for me, I do that lah. But then I do hear like some people's opinion is like they feel that this will restrict you and make you unhappy if you are too aware.
I agree there. Because one more time I also do that, and I feel like wow, that's sian eh. Like I'm not enjoying life.
Yeah.
But I do agree sometimes like when we are very aware, for example, like you write down every single thing as down to like what
To a
drinks you
sense,
buy, right? Like, or like maybe one copy, like $1 stuff. Then you will feel that like wow, you're forever tracking something.
Yeah.
It feels a bit that way. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, right, in fact, when I was your age, right, Calista, I also do the budgeting app stuff.
Oh.
But I realized that, it's very tedious. You spend $1, then you also need to track, right?
Yeah.
Wow, it's too much hard work already. And you're also very tired from work and all that, right? So what I'll do, right, is every year, right, the end of the year, I have this sheet, right, in my Gmail. It's called My Finances. And it's just calculating my year by year, right, how much my net worth actually changed. So so whatever salary that comes in, you know, whatever CPF, you know, someone give me ang pao, also everything lumped together. So I will just track at the end of the year, is my finances doing okay? Like did I spend, you know, those big spendings? Did I spend a lot or not? And year on year, right, did my net worth actually increase? So sometimes like let's say when I actually bought a house, right, then of course there's a huge decrease lah. But you also gain in terms of assets. So with all those budgeting apps that you're doing, right, maybe it gives you like a glimpse of your day to day. But I feel like if you zoom out, right, you'll see the bigger picture. Like, hey, maybe I'm saving out. I'm nearer to my goal of buying a house or buying a car.
But this doesn't solve the problem. Or every day I have to track it. That's okay.
But you just track at the end of the year. So you just track year by year. No, year on year, right? It's just how much you have in your bank, how much you have in your investments, and then how much you have in your assets.
So
like
you
your
don't
house.
break down specifically.
Yeah, I don't
what
break
you
down
spend on and
so
stuff
much.
lah.
Then like that you wouldn't know where are you spending a lot on, like what Kalisa mentioned.
But let's say you have already done like the hard work of tracking it for a few months already. You roughly know what kind of expenses you are having.
Depends,
So
I feel.
yeah, but Melson, you have a lot of expenses, is it? That's why you need to track every single month.
Well, I don't really have a lot, but I personally think maybe something I suggest, right, would be actually like maybe you have two different bank accounts. One is a spending account. So example, you want to save $1,000. You can only you want to save $1,000. So just put that $1,000 in the account lah. Then you don't need to track what. So as you know that your saving account is growing every month after month after month. So that you can see the money. Then that wouldn't it be easier rather than every tracking?
So for me, right, I mean, this is just I feel right, because I use UOB1 as a saving account because they say that that's one of the highest percentage lah, which is true, right? Yeah. So after that, but the problem is they have like to hit the rebate, like the interest, right? You actually need to spend. Then after that, because of that, like, I used to separate my spending and savings account, but because of that, then I feel like then it's a bit like.
So you need to spend lah. In
order
order
to
spend more. In order to say you
so
spend.
in order to save, I actually spend more because of that to hit the rebate.
I mean, that's the trick of all the banks and all the credit cards that they give you certain rebates, certain cashbacks, right? There's always a catch to it. So whereas when it comes to like when you're controlling your own investing, your own spending, right? You don't have so many catch lah. I think.
Yeah.
I think one if you really want to earn right without spending right, I tell you one tip. You can every time go with your friend to eat dinner, offer to pay, then after they transfer you back the money.
Why?
Then you can hit target spend use your credit card swipe
So like let's say next time we got company events and what, then you offer to pay first.
Offer your credit card, like if you have $3,000 can afford.
Then what if your friend don't even pay you back, then you don't even get to save?
Then it's time to cut your friend out.
Your friend got problem.
That one is your friend problem.
Yeah. So there's always like little tricks lah that can help you to improve your life, but also like don't make yourself too miserable as well.
So do you enjoy your life right now?
Yes, I'm enjoying my life.
Oh.
Yeah, like going JB, there's always like let's say the same thing, right? I spend in JB compared to what I spend in Singapore. It's the same price, but actually it's divided by 3. So there are little tricks like that you can still enjoy your life, but then you don't have to make like a lot of like complications to save that amount of money. And the food is even better.
I mean I agree with that but sometimes I feel right like for Singaporeans I think we go to JB right. So example, ask yourself this question: if in Singapore right, will you go for a massage, 1 hour massage?
Oh, that's the thing. I won't.
You won't, but you go JB, will you?
I would.
Then end up you say that you say that you're saving money by going JB because I mean not saying that but and in fact you're actually spending more So is it equal to saving?
Actually, I do agree because every time we go JB, we will think that like everything is very cheap, right?
Yeah.
But then actually, at the end of the day, you go, especially like maybe groceries, you buy groceries, you buy all your day-to-day essential things, right? And then it always amount to like a few $100 for like a maybe 2-day trip.
So imagine I can go JB 2 days, 3 day 2 night, 3 day 2 night. I can spend up to $500 in Singapore. Will you spend that kind of amount? You every day 菜饭. It's actually cheaper to stay in Singapore.
I think there's a problem with what you're spending.
No, the thing is, you like you said, because everything's like Kalisa said, everything is so cheap. Then you tend to want to spend more. Like example, can you imagine you go JB your massage 2 hours for only $50? Will you do it if you see the price?
I would.
But in Singapore, 1 hour $50. Will you do it?
No.
See, but the thing is, you're spending the same amount.
But the $50 is in ringgit or in Sing dollars?
No, but talking about Sing dollar.
Sing to Sing lah.
Sing to Sing.
Oh,
okay.
Then will you do it?
But it makes sense.
It makes sense. But I think there's also certain ways that you spend money that makes you happy, like what you say. It's like at the end of the month, I go once a month to JB lah. So like end of the month, you're like, we can just relax and also enjoy your time with your friends and your family there also. So you don't spend as much as when you spend it in Singapore, but it gives you the maximum joy. So you're maximizing your dollar for the enjoyment.
Oh yeah, Rachel, so just now you mentioned that you save 50% to invest, right? Actually, I have also been investing, like try to invest lah. So like I feel like I'm still at the beginning stage lah, like trying to figure out how to invest like the right way, and also so what I've been doing is like mainly buying stocks and also like just accumulating stocks as of now. So I wanted to hear like actually how do you invest, or if you have any advice for me.
Yeah, actually at your age, right, when I just started, I also did the same thing. Like I buy a little bit of stocks, then I went to the US market. Then I discovered that actually US market is much better. So I started putting all my money from the Singapore exchange to US side. Yeah, so after doing that, right, I started to cumulative lah, years on years, month by month, I just accumulate S&P 500 stocks. Then eventually I also learn about tech stocks, companies that I understand and I know. Then I start to buy into these companies lah and accumulate over time. Yeah, and so that I discovered that there's options also. So options can also help me to grow my money at a much faster pace lah. So
actually, what's option like? How does it because I have no knowledge on it at all. Like how does it like help to grow your finances or like your money at much faster pace?
yeah, so for options, right, it's just it's the same thing as buying stocks. It's just that you are using a contract to actually own the stocks that you probably want to own in the future, but not right now. And you're given an expiry so that you can eventually own the stocks. So maybe at this current point, you can collect some passive income while you're actually waiting for the stock to drop to the right price. Yeah.
Wow, sounds very interesting. Melson, you got do or not? Options.
I do a bit lah, because I think I've been learning a bit more investing. So I just want to I think investing is it's something that everyone knows they need to do lah, but sometimes doing it wrongly can affect all the saving. Imagine you save and then put all the money in the stock market, then you all got burn, then gone. Then what's the goal of saving, right? I might as well use the money to buy my car. Even though it's depreciating, I scrape the car, I still can get some metal money, So just maybe I share with people my experience of some investing. Because I think when I first started also, I think like you a bit wander into the world of investing, not knowing what to do, but people just say, just buy S&P 500 lah, or maybe just buy some random stock. So I think back in COVID 2019, that period of time, I think I also that's where I first started investing as well. Because my friend was like, wow, they were talking about this stock called Tesla. I think many of you have heard about Tesla, right? Pretty sure Elon Musk, everything. So I was like, wow, Tesla stock last time cost me how much? $200-300 USD a stock, so expensive. Then I'm like, I cannot afford. Then I'm like, okay, never mind. I Google Tesla. Then after that, suddenly an interesting YouTube video pop up. They talk about China Tesla. Do you know what is China Tesla? NIO, yes, correct, NIO. So it's at a point of time, EV, the electric vehicle industry was sort of booming at that period of time. So then after that, I pondered upon this China Tesla, because China Tesla previously from I think damn cheap, then it went all the way up to $300 USD. Like it can give you how many returns? Imagine you buy $10, it's almost 3,000% I think returns. So I like, okay, now NIO costs only $10. It will be the next Tesla. So I buy. Then after that, it went up. In fact, within a few months, it went up to $20. Then I'm like, very good. I buy more. Because they say when you invest, you must keep every month increasing, put in more money.
Dollar cost average,
But this one dollar cost average up lah. But then it's a good stock. It should be worth investing, right? Then okay, buy. Then a few months later, $30, $40, $50, $60. Wow! I almost became a millionaire.
You never sell.
Joking. I invested only a few $1,000 because at the time just started working. Then after that, as you guys know, investing you need to learn how to take profit. But when you're new to investing, you always think that price will only go up. They always say that stock market always go up, so you wouldn't go down what? So I just keep holding on. Then after that, 2021, I think, that's the market start crashing lah. I think I can't remember the exact reason. You remember what is the reason?
Yeah, I think that was a big correction at the end of 2021.
Yeah, so it dropped to $50. Then there's a famous saying, but what do you do when the stock market, a stock that you like, right? What you should do when the price drop?
You buy
more.
Yeah, you buy more. So I bought more at $50. Then a few months later, it dropped to $20.
Wow.
And what will you do next?
Buy even more.
Yes,
buy
even more. Dollar cost average. Then I buy more. So everyone, let's guess, how much does a new stock cost right now?
Is it $6?
Lower?
$5?
Lower?
Wow, $3.
$3.50. So imagine at the point of my average, after I average cost everything, right, it was over $40. Then it dropped all the way to $3.50. So I think, investing may sound very cool. I can help you supercharge. I think, but it's also very important to invest correctly. Like I think, like what Rachel mentioned, like investing, which is good stocks, right? In this case.
Yeah, for sure. I think like let's say back then I also looked at NIO. But NIO to me it was very volatile. Like when I did a little bit more research to it, like China is actually very restricted due to like political scenes. There's a lot of things that are in the macro environment that we cannot control. So even though NIO might be a very good company, like at the basis, like if let's say it was making money, but actually it was not lah. But let's say if NIO is a very good company, but when I was looking at it, I was like, hey, China and US, there's a lot of tension, right? So in the end, right, even though it's a good company, the stock might not perform. Same for Alibaba, all the China companies out there. So, and I actually looked further into it, right? Actually, NIO was losing money for many, many years. So back then when you invested, right, I think 2019, 2020, 2021, it's still making losses. But because of the hype, right, that they are the China Tesla, the next Tesla, so a lot of people, they actually hype it out. So that's where people start to lose money because there's actually a lot of stocks that are being hyped up, but they don't have a very good value to it. Yeah.
But I think I have done a lot of research. They always say, wow, to find a good stock like NIO, you must do a lot of research. I did a lot of research. I watched a lot of YouTube video. I have an YouTuber who every day will release news about NIO. Even name that specific channel, that YouTuber even has a cat called NIO. So every day tell me that he bought on NIO, then I just I already watch. Wow, he's gonna expand to Norway. He's gonna have plans to increase the number of charging stations. Yeah, like based on all this, right, I actually see the potential in it. Like it really could be the potential be the next China Tesla.
Actually, how do you felt like when your portfolio this happened? Like I'm pretty sure you lost quite a lot of money lah, like your hard-earned savings.
Yeah. So also I think I mean really it's overvalued and I should cut loss. So I cut it at $10. So thankfully I saved that $7 from each stock.
Wow. I think another thing that maybe new investors like Calista should take note of, right, is I don't know for Melson, like was NIO the only stock in your portfolio?
So at that point of time, because they say one was research, but I only have time to watch one YouTube video a day. So I only watch NIO.
Wow. Okay, so that's a lot of mistakes that new investors make lah. They just all in their money and they are investing into one company, and that's actually a very, very bad decision, because if let's say you put into one company, right, and that company is like a NIO, it go bust, or even some companies they delisted one, so you're putting all your eggs into one basket. But do you actually know that there's this thing called exchange traded fund, ETF, that has a basket of the EVs inside as well? So you could have actually bought that, and it's also going up.
What does that mean? Means when I buy the ETF specifically, I'll get to basically all the stocks.
Yeah, like a basket of
right?
stocks in the same industry, like electric vehicles. So actually, there's a lot of ways that you can, take on the investment without actually taking on so much risk. Like maybe if you have bought NIO and you have bought other companies, like for us, we actually recommend like maybe at least 8 to 10 companies in your portfolio, so that you don't rely everything onto one stock. So if the stock doesn't do well in the short term, you have other stock that brings it up. So for Calista, if you are like just starting to invest, or like our audience who are just starting to invest, you should always have a basket of stocks or 8 to 10 companies that you are invested in, so that you don't have like a one hit wonder only. It happened one time, then after that it's gone already. Yeah.
So Calista, you said you invested, right? So what are the stock you invested personally? You got to do your research or not? You got watch YouTube video? Which YouTube video?
To be very honest, I asked you for
That might not be a good advice.
To be very honest, I think the easy way that most people start with, apart from Singapore stocks, right, they are very common among my friends, right? It's like we just invest in the Magnificent Seven, which is like the Apple, the very common stocks, like Tesla, all this, Because like I would think that their value wouldn't drop to zero lah. So but then I also do know that if you overly let's say you overexpose and then just only buy the Magnificent Seven might not be good also, right? Or something.
Because most of it actually tech stocks. So tech stocks goes up and down very quickly. So in the short term you might see very high, then after that very low again. So but of course that's why you need to balance your portfolio lah, to make sure that it doesn't hit the waves and then after you get drowned already. Yeah, you need to balance out lah. Yeah.
So in this case, right, I think Rachel can make me a smarter investor, right? So how long am I supposed to hold a stock? Am I supposed to hold until I die? On the day I die? So when do I take profit?
When do you know that it's enough, you should take profit?
Yeah, I think for me there's 2 reasons. If let's say if I sell a stock, right, it would be like the stock is no longer good, in the sense that maybe they change management, or they have suddenly their revenue is like their numbers are not making sense anymore, or like they just suddenly just go haywire lah. So let's say the reason that I bought it is no longer valid, it's no longer a good company, I will sell it. And let's say if a stock, right, is actually becoming more and more like overvalued, that means like a lot of people hype it up, then it's actually not worth that much anymore, but it's at the top already, like an all-time high. Maybe I will take some profits. Like I'll take some of my capital back.
So just
Yeah.
now you mentioned like the revenues, the management and stuff, right? Like where do you find all these things? Because sometimes I know like news, like it
Yeah.
might not be a good gauge also lah.
Yeah, it
So
might
where
be
do you?
noises or-
Yeah, might be
Yeah.
noises or yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for us, for my me and my friends, right, that invest, we don't just look at like the news. We also look at the numbers. Like the numbers, it's actually inside this thing called the financial statements. It's available online. Anywhere you just Google, you can find already. So you just look at all these numbers. You see whether the financial health of the company is doing well. Are they making money? Are they making profits? Do they like have a lot of loan from the bank? Things like that. You can kind of guess whether the company is doing well or not. Yeah. So after you do a little bit of this research, then if you like this company, you want to go deeper, you can actually like look into the whole financial statement. But that one is like 100 over pages. If let's say you,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow,
very
then
geeky,
I no time to
yeah.
enjoy life. Like, I keep reading.
No lah. So let's say you filter out all the bad companies, or even if you are lazy, you just buy the S&P 500 and you go to sleep. I mean that's what I do for my family lah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think that like the key thing here is important to strike a balance like between like being like thrifty and also like financially smart lah. And there are a lot of money management ways, smart money management ways, like equipping yourself with the knowledge to know how to invest to help to boost your financial situation. Okay. Anyways, we have come to the end of this episode. So if you all like this episode, like please drop a comment down below and also do let us know are you a saver or are you like more huge on quality of life? Yeah, and if you have any other topics you'd like to see in the next episode, do comment down below.